W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Fulvia, the woman who broke all the rules in ancient Rome, by Jane Draycott, narrated by Caroline Ramsay. A note on Roman names. During the late Republic, circa 133 to 31 BCE, Roman naming conventions were fairly static. Male Roman citizens either had three names, a praenomen, a nomen, and a cognomen, one example being Gaius Julius Caesar, or two names, a praenomen and a nomen, such as Marcus Antonius. Depending on the circumstances of their political or military career or life circumstances, they might add one or more names to their original nomenclature. If a Roman commander was successful in waging warfare, he might be awarded an additional cognomen to reflect this. Most of these were geographical, in reference to the peoples subjugated, so Publius Cornelius Scipio became Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus after his victory over Hannibal Barca at the Battle of Zama in 202 BCE during the Second Punic War. However, Gnaeus Pompeius became Gnaeus Pompeius Magnus, the Great, in imitation of Alexander the Great, to reflect his unprecedented military prowess at a relatively early age. Alternatively, a Roman might change his name of his own volition, such as Publius Claudius Pulcher, adjusting his nomen from Claudius to Clodius. This may have reflected an alternative Latin pronunciation that was considered more fashionable by his sophisticated circle. At least one of his sisters likewise changed her name, going from Claudia to Clodia. If a Roman was adopted into another family, something that could happen in childhood but, unlike today's adoptions, tended to happen in adulthood, once a man had survived childhood and then proved himself a worthy addition to a family, he would change his name entirely. Caesar posthumously adopted his great-nephew Gaius Octavius Turinus and made him his primary heir in his will, prompting the boy to change his name to Gaius Julius Caesar Octavianus. However, he subsequently preferred not to use the Octavianus, wanting to associate himself as closely with Caesar as possible, in order to bolster his own personal reputation and authority. The firstborn son was usually given the same name as his father, so Marcus Antonius Cretius. His personal cognomen referenced his undertakings on Crete and was not used by his descendants, named his eldest son Marcus Antonius, while his subsequent sons were named Lucius Antonius and Gaius Antonius.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?